We start today with new details for you. A civil rights suit against Midland County may have some national implications.
You may remember Clinton Young, a man whose murder conviction was thrown out by the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals after County Prosecutor Ralph Petty was found doubling as a law clerk for judges and finding that Young's due process rights to an impartial judge and a fair trial were violated.
Now, another woman, Irma Wilson, is suing the county, Petty, and former DA for allegedly violating her constitutional right to a fair trial. But a complicated precedent stands in her way.
CBS 7's Hannah Brock spoke with Wilson and her attorney, and she has more on what you should know. Hannah?
Well, Wilson teamed up with the Institute for Justice to file her original complaint in 2022. Since then, the case was dismissed in district court, and that dismissal was upheld by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. But now, in an en banc review, all of those appeals judges will have to rehear the case and reconsider Wilson's standing.
I just felt like it was an injustice on my behalf and so many others.
The case's roots are in Ralph Petty's alleged 2 decades of work as a law clerk and a prosecutor in Midland County. In a typical case, a prosecutor is an advocate while a judge remains neutral.
Because a prosecutor was simultaneously working both sides of the bench in Ms. Wilson's criminal proceeding, working for the judge while also employed by the prosecution team, that violated Ms. Wilson's fundamental right to due process because it was an inherently defective proceeding based on that conflict of interest.
Wilson was convicted in 2001 on a drug possession charge. She fought to appeal it and maintains her innocence, but she spent 8 years on probation, which she said derailed her dream of becoming a registered nurse.
I had 3 kids. I had to take whatever job just to be able to survive. And a lot of the jobs were low-paying jobs, like restaurants and things like that.
And nothing ultimately can truly account for that, but we are seeking some form of accountability and vindication for the violation of her constitutional rights.
A 3-judge panel in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals called Petty's alleged work bonkers and a, quote, dodgy side hustle, end quote. However, her suit could not proceed because of the complicated text of a civil rights code called Section 1983. Currently, Wilson must show her conviction was invalid to pursue damages. But that's impossible, because Wilson found out about Petty's alleged wrongdoing long after she had already completed her probation.
You have this egregious constitutional harm, and it was concealed until one avenue of relief was taken off the table for Ms. Wilson. Should she be further punished, essentially, by saying she can't use this federal civil rights statute to vindicate the egregious violation of her constitutional rights.
That's why the case is under en banc review. All Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals judges will hear the case and decide if that rule should be changed, allowing her suit to proceed. Oral arguments were heard last week. It could be months before a decision is made. Wilson was a certified nursing assistant at the time of her conviction. 7 years ago, she earned her medical assistant certification. But she has another goal.
Being able to have the law changed to where other prosecutors can't do this to anybody else. That's means so much to me. I get so excited thinking about it and everything,
Wilson will await the court's decision. CBS 7 will continue to keep you updated on this case. For CBS 7 First Alert News, I'm Hannah Brock.